moon, get your ticket now. Everybody line up, get your tickets, we're going. Did you buy the tip? Yeah. Do you like rocket ships? Oh, what yeah. You wanna try this shit? Yeah. We got everything you need, you better buy some Biddy now. Everybody, long live Ponzi. Everybody, long live Ponzi. Love the Ponzi ride. Never short it. Bitcoin's back, alright.
Alrighty people, good evening. It is, let me just check. It is Wednesday, the 9th of June 2021. We've just finished the second day of the CoinGeek Zurich conference. What a conference that is turning out to be. Oh my goodness me. So I didn't want to interrupt that with my show, even though I normally have to do a show every day. But, you know, we've got time to do it later on, which is why we're here now. So if anybody who listens to this show, welcome to Satoshi's Bitcoin Chart Show. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down and all around. Let me just get my mic. Thought I was talking to myself then. Here we go, rock and roll. So again, I'm going to try and streamline this show and get it slicker and slicker each time. So just kind of bear with me. We'll get it quicker and quicker as we go through it. So let's crack on. Here we go, rock and roll. Right, let's start off with this one. So for anybody who doesn't know what Bitcoin is yet, Bitcoin is a commodity. And just quickly, what it does is it allows you to upload your data, your precious family photos, your wedding videos, to a decentralized, distributed ledger technology network where you own and control that data. You have sovereignty over it. And the way you do that is by using Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin that pays this decentralized distributed mining network that finances this network that allows you to have control over your data. So it just means that you're not actually uploading onto a corporate server who will then obviously, you know, track, monitor, sell your data and target advertising at you. You know, so effectively you're having to give up your sovereignty, give up your freedom, give up your data privacy. That is no longer the issue. So let's just have a quick listen of to the creator of Bitcoin as to what Bitcoin has done now that it has utility, and because it has utility, it has value, and because it has value, as a commodity, it can be used as money. So have a listen to this.
Bitcoin, with a stable protocol, takes away power. If no one can change the protocol, not me, not God, there's no power in money. Money is all about power. And this is one of the things Bitcoin has done. It has removed that power. It will remove that power globally.
Exciting times, I have to say. So if anybody of you, or if anyone listening, you know, is wondering, you know, what potential does this have? What value might it achieve? Well, the hints and the clues are all in here. Have a listen.
At Enchain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts, basically ones that can run operating systems. That's all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
There we go. All derivatives, high frequency trading, everything that happens globally. I'll let you work it out. But let's have a listen to the creator's motivation. Here we go.
At the end of the day, we own a lot of Bitcoin. The simple thing is, if we make the network scale we make it bigger. My main compensation, more than anything anyone could ever pay me, is the price of Bitcoin goes up. So that's my pure drive. I want Bitcoin not to go up to 10,000 or 100,000. I want it to be worth millions per Bitcoin. That's it. And that's what we spend money for. Very simple.
There we go. That's what they spend money for. Very simple. Very exciting times, should I say. So for anybody who doesn't quite understand what's gone on and all the shenanigans and hoo-ha and all that, so basically Bitcoin was created by Craig, started the network on the 3rd of January 2009, and then a group of developers took control of the network. And the reason they were able to take control of the network is because Bitcoin gets its fundamental value from its neutral growth and size. So they took over control of the network in 2017, and the keys to the Tulip Trust were not returned to CSW until the 1st of January 2020. So he couldn't come out and prove himself. He couldn't even say anything. He literally just had to let them do it because it would have undermined the fundamental value of the network and also the safety of the Tulip Trust and the return of the keys to him. So these group of developers segregated the signatures on the chain, which effectively brought it under their control, because the only way you can prevent the creator of a network from having control of it is by holding them accountable. And the way you hold them accountable is through a chain of signatures, which is why Satoshi Nakamoto designed it with a chain of signatures. So Blockstream have completely changed this. And we'll just have a listen to another BTC influencer basically explaining this. So take the floor, Peter McCormack.
Bitcoin is so different now from when Satoshi was here. It's a completely different project. It doesn't matter who Satoshi is anymore. Even if Satoshi came back, I don't think he would just be immediately welcomed as having this God-given right to decide what happens with Bitcoin. I think he would have to earn his right back into the project. Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
Are you sure about that, Pete? Because it didn't sound like it to me. Oh dear. And so we'll have a listen to this other video here by an interview conducted by Daniel Krawitz with Tony Vase, and you can hear in his voice he's totally ignorant and utterly confused about the implications of SegWit. Have a listen.
Why do you think BTC is valuable?
It's valuable because it's the only unconfiscatable asset we have, and that is because that comes from its decentralization. I think Bitcoin is the only valuable crypto asset we have because of the nature of how it started in its first few years.
And when you say Bitcoin, you mean BTC, right?
Absolutely.
But are you aware that in 2017, they changed the rules so that BTC no longer follows the Bitcoin white paper?
That is not true at all.
The white paper says that there needs to be a chain of signatures.
Sure.
Okay, so that's not what we have anymore. That's how SegWit changed that.
Okay, but it's still Bitcoin.
See, they're the kind of people that we're dealing with, like absolutely clueless. So then the changes simply continued under a new ticker symbol, BCH, and then another group of developers decided they wanted to take control of the network and make sure that it was anonymous, so effectively it was centralized, which also means it wasn't regulatory compliant, which means global trade and international commerce can never use it, so that's never going to work, and that was led by Roger Ver. So Roger Ver, tell us, what do you say to huge multinational players who say they need a regulatory compliant monetary system in order to conduct global trade and commerce?
The ones that say that the blockchains all need to be legally compliant about everything all the time, just go use your Visa card.
Yeah, nice one, I will, you absolute moron. There we go. So now we know. Let's have a look at these figures. So, Samson Mao, what can you tell us about CoreCoin BTC?
Yeah, Blockstream controls it.
Oh, does it really? What have you got to say about that, Max?
All right.
And if you're wondering why I call Bcrash, it's because Roger Ver calls it Bcrash himself. Have a listen.
and we're going to really spread Bitcoin Crash across the entire country here in Antigua.
Yeah, good luck with Roger. Good luck with that, Roger, you buffoon. Right, let's have a look at these figures then. So we've got Bitcoin, a coin dance saying 171, Prev in the top left of the screen frame saying 170. Network nodes 1.9%. Transactions, look at that, 54.6. Over 50% of the transactions on the network belong to Bitcoin because that reflects utility. But look at this. 81.5%, over 80% of the data flowing through the chain. This is what Bitcoin is all about. It is the world's largest ever data management system. That is what Bitcoin is all about. Like I said, family photos, precious wedding videos. The network handles everything, including all the information that corporations use to upload onto their own servers. No need for those anymore. You just simply upload everything to the Bitcoin network. That is what's all about. So let's have a quick look at these block sizes on the Bitcoin network. But let's just have a quick chat with Michael Saylor before we do that. Here we go. So Michael, what do we want?
Big blocks.
Yeah? What size?
$100 million chunks.
All right, whereabouts?
On the blockchain.
That's right, mate. Let's have a quick look at these then. See what we got. Oh, look at this. I mean, look. Remember these? Look at the equivalent block on Bcrash and KuCoin. Look, a 1.3 megabyte block, 102 kilobyte block, and look at this, 8 megabytes on Bitcoin. 8 megabytes, 8 megabytes one, 29, 54, 31. 86, 31, 29, 11, just mega volumes coming through on chain. Love it. So this is the hash rate. Hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative, and intelligence. If you are intelligent and you apply creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. When something is useful, it can then create value. When it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. And that is what Bitcoin is all about. Shout out to Snoozefest, Matty Ray, and Neezy in the house. Snoozefest, I don't know if you know this, but there was somebody impersonating your profile on Twitter and Twitch. So I'd look into that if I were you, if your profile is genuine. Otherwise, you are Greg Maxwell. So, alright, Greg. Here we go. Bitcoin proof of work by networks. So again, a KuCoin Bcrash will fall into their own footprint. Bcrash, Bitcoin, hash rate, who cares? Bcrash, Bitcoin, proof of work, again, who cares? Look at this. It is 16,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than KuCoin, which is probably about 12 times cheaper than Bcrash as well. It's currently 2.1% more profitable to mine on BTC, much of a muchness. 3.2% more profitable to mine on Bcrash. Might be attracting more hash rate, but I mean, it's an absolute piece of garbage, that project there. Daily average Bitcoin block size by network. Look at that. Bitcoin absolutely smashing it. Transactions by network, Bitcoin winning. Transactions per block by network, Bitcoin winning. Fees USD, this fees in the block, which will eventually surpass the block reward that the miners will get paid in. Again, that same thing in Satoshis. This is the ratio, so again, we'll monitor this with time because we're expecting huge increases in price and transaction volume, both in the same time. Look at this, daily accumulated Bitcoin growth by network. Mind the gap. Yes, indeed. Let's have a look at this. Here we go. Absolutely massive. So we've got 372 gigabytes in comparison to 356 gigabytes on KuCoin. They can do one. And look at this. Yeah, so we are 17 gigabytes in front now. 17 gigabytes. That's massive. KuCoin is never going to catch up with that. Never. Here we go. So it's global hash rate 7 days. Yeah, not as relevant as global hash rate 24 hours. We'll just compare that to KuCoin because they've got like what, 98%. It should be pretty similar. Yeah, looks almost identical. Yeah, as you would expect. Bcrash. Look at this. So it's 3.2% more profitable to mine on it, and Hathor isn't even on there, spoiling the party for them. I mean, look, so Antpool has had to give up a little bit of the hash rate just to not freak out the shitcoiners who are just like, oh my god, 51% attack, 51% attack. They have no idea what Bitcoin is all about. Absolutely insane. So they've given up a little bit of hash rate just to appease their shitcoining with shit for brain audience. But yeah, never mind. And let's have a look at Bitcoin. Here we go. Rock and Roll Tau with 47.2%, Hathor 15.9%, other mining pools 22%, and the whole idea of this is to squeeze these shitcoin enterprises off the chain. So we know that F2 Pool is mining B Crash, so again they clearly don't have a clue what they're doing. Via BTC, again a B Crasher, another shitcoiner, want them off the chain, and BTC.com, we want them off there too. But the whole idea of this is to squeeze these shitcoiners off the chain to prevent them from artificially suppressing the price, because price manipulation is the only thing they know, because they have no clue about Bitcoin. So let's just have a quick look at the short positions while we're here. Check it out. Starts off at 90%. It's probably about the same now, is it? 90%. Imagine shorting Bitcoin. Dear, oh dear. Let's have a look at the Bitcoin chain working live in front of our eyes. Whoa, transactions per second. That was 65 just a second ago. So for anybody who doesn't understand what they're looking at here, the transactions at the top here, the vertical rectangular blocks, are the transactions being recognized by the nodes on the network. They're the mining nodes. As soon as they're picked up by more than 50% of the nodes on the network, which is instantly, because it is an ultra small world network, the transaction is confirmed instantly, as in like it's valid. It cannot be cracked, hacked, altered or changed. People might want to wait until it's actually like confirmed on chain, but you know, being on chain is just where it's on chain. Doesn't actually need to be on chain to be valid. It cannot be cracked out, altered, changed, or deleted as soon as the nodes pick it up. So once it is picked up by the nodes, it's then thrown into the memory pool, which is where it is competed for by the miners and payment processors in order to create a block, place the transaction within a block, and then put the block on the blockchain, where they are then rewarded with the Coinbase data, otherwise known as the block reward, otherwise known as freshly minted Bitcoin. So you can see in this 86 megabyte block in the highlighted rectangular box below, we've got the hash of the block height, who it was mined by, the size, the time, the date, the transaction count, and the total fees in the block. So you can see if I highlight this bad boy, there we go. So transaction count in that one was 4,481 with total fees $83.13. So we're just going to let Laura Shin explain the significance of the fees in the block while we're looking at this graph here. Take the floor, Laura Shin. Here we go.
So, as you mentioned, at a certain point when the block reward stops, there will be a transition where miners will be compensated in transaction fees, not in the block reward. And the current amount that they earn is from fees is about 9% of the block reward. And so we'd have to see transaction fees 11x by roughly 2140, which is when the new Bitcoins will stop being minted. But I just wondered, if we don't see an increase in the amount of transactions that can happen at layer one, because the number of layer one transactions is limited. And right now, I feel like a lot of the scaling is focusing on layer two. Can transaction fees 11x in that time, or will that require people to pay a lot more per transaction?
Over the next couple halving cycles, we should see it start to predominantly be the value that is compensated to the miners in the block reward. If Bitcoin is the world reserve currency that doesn't have a strong security model, like there's not a lot of monetary compensation in the block reward due to transaction fees, well, then its long-term security will be weak. If it is the world reserve currency, there will be very, very many layer one transaction fees.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you think it is possible that the amount in transaction fees will maybe not be enough on layer one to replace the block reward when the time comes.
Yeah, how surprised she is in her voice there. She's just like, well, look, it's not going to happen. He even said there's going to be many layer one transaction fee. Well, not in a 1 megabyte block, there isn't. It's so ridiculous. It's like signing your own death warrant. That's why we call them shitcoiners, shit for brains. But if you wonder why I love Bitcoin so much, look at the hardware that goes in to formulating and creating those transactions. This is the beating heart. This is the engine that is behind the screen that we just saw there of Bitcoin Blocks Live. I mean, it's just absolutely staggering. This is the new global financial system. Finally, we get to have a commodity money, hard money, a true medium of exchange that actually is divisible rather than inflated and is controlled by nobody. So it removes power. It is just absolutely sensational. I love Bitcoin. I cannot stress that enough. Let's have a look at BitInfo charts. So look at this. Look, Bitcoin now with 12.9% of the overall transactions on the entire shit show. Look at that. It is dominating. It is in the top 3. And we know that Ethereum and XRP are absolute jokes. So let's just have a quick listen to one of the founders of Ethereum explaining that Ethereum couldn't even scale. Have a listen to this.
It scales somewhat.
Initial plans or initial
yeah, we knew it wasn't going to be scalable for sure.
You want to say that again? Yeah, we knew it wasn't going to be scalable for sure. Well, did you tell anybody before you released it? How stupid is that? And now let's have a listen to the chief technical officer at XRP. This is hilarious.
The XRP is a digital asset. It's censorship resistant. It's publicly traded. It trades on the XRP ledger. Ripple does not own or control the XRP ledger in any way.
So how did Ripple then get all the XRP that it has? It has about half the supply. So just how did that particular transaction happen?
So the way its design works is when the ledger first began operation, the 100 billion XRP, all that will ever exist, were sort of up for grabs. And lots of people grabbed XRP out of that system, but it just so happens that obviously, just like early miners mined, huge amounts of Bitcoin before the public knew about it or was using it, early XRP users grabbed large amounts of that pool of XRP. And so the people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
That's right. So the developers made it and they grabbed XRP. It is so stupid. It is a completely centralized project. It's utterly worthless as money. It's a complete security. What an absolute joke. So we can basically write off Ethereum and XRP and that just leaves Bitcoin. And it's starting to show its dominance now. It is beautiful. So let's have a look at BitInfo charts. We'll do transactions in 24 hours. Look at that over a 3-year period on the log curve. Look at this. That is Bitcoin in all of its glory in the purple. Loving. Oh, look at that. You can see the uptick there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. So yeah, check this out. So this was Steve Shadders at the conference. Demoing Teranode. This was beautiful. So just have a listen to this.
We have run this across all 10 nodes, and I have actually seen volumes in excess of 100,000 per second. I wasn't quite brave enough to try that one today, live on stage. But there we have a real-life example of a Teranode that is able to scale. If I had more time, I would show you one that's actually running at a steady-state capacity and show that it actually can continue for a long period of time without any problems.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. That is Teranode, and he did actually say a disclaimer at the beginning. He said the current software would not be able to run this. This is why what do they call it's a network upgrade, effectively a hard fork. I know that people generally think hard fork is a chain split. It's not a chain split. A hard fork is just a technical upgrade. That's all it is. And so the current software would just have to be completely changed because Teranode is just absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. And this is what is coming to Bitcoin. There no other network on the planet can touch Bitcoin. It is beautiful. I love it. I'm so excited about it. I literally can't wait. Can't wait. Let's have a look at trends.cash, apps ranking by money spent. Whoa, Paymail. What's this? A Baymail? Really? It's giving TDXP app a little bit of a run for the money there. Good to see that. Apps ranking by performed action. Whoa, CryptoFights are 36%. Good grief. And this is run protocol. And then, so we've got TDXP up down in 10th. It looks like they've pushed Twitch out. Oh my goodness me. Good to see competition coming on the network. Absolutely amazing. Love it, love it. BTC all exchanges reserves. For anybody who watches my show regularly, we see that the exchanges have been cashing out BTC because they know that BTC is absolutely and utterly fundamentally worthless. With them cashing out, obviously Tether has been literally printing billions of dollars of literally made up crap with only 2% backed by cash to counteract the selling that has basically caused a squeeze in liquidity and a massive spike in the price. But that's it. It cannot be continued without Tether. There is no family offices. There is no institutional money. If you looked at that BTC Shitcoin Miami conference, who have you got on stage? Max Kaiser and what's his face? Michael Saylor. Dear oh dear. You know, the same old shit. You know, there's twins on there, you know, talking absolute crap. You know, oh, so what can we do to develop Bitcoin? Oh, nothing. You can just continue to tell our story. Is that it? Telling porky pies. That's your best way of improving core coin, is it? Dear oh dear. I have to put a penny in the swear jar there. Alright, let's have a look at what's on chain. Beautiful. Estimated next block size 7.5 megabytes. Memory pool usage 22. Look at transactions coming in. Beautiful. This is a utility system, not a Ponzi scheme. Let's have a look at the memory pool. This is what a memory pool is meant to look like. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Lovely. Let's compare that to a core coin BTC. Whoa, it's not meant to look like this. Look at all this algae. Look at all this algae building up in this swimming pool. Look, it's absolutely outrageous. It's such a, as Craig said, a shit show. And we can see this shit show for real on TX Street. Look at this. Look at this. So we've still got a median fee of $2.20. So again, as the meme pool starts to fill up with transactions, I guess it's because maybe the price is going on the rise after it crashed. So people might start accepting it as a medium exchange again. You know, and also all that crap about El Salvador accepting it. But it won't take long for transaction fees to skyrocket yet again. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Look, I bet they. Oh no, we've got a low fee line now. Look at that. Look at all these transactions clogged up in the memory pool. Dear oh dear, dear oh dear. In fact, what was the memory pool size there? Should have had a quick look at that. So we'll refresh that page. Let's have a look. Continue. Let's have a quick look at the memory pool size. Oh. Let's bring that up again. TX Street, thank you, Nyor. Just close these while I'm at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What is this? Win an alien NFT. Yeah, do one. Huh. Right, so we got memory pool size 26. 26 megabytes. Yeah, dear oh dear. Shocking. Shocking. Close that. And this is our own shit show that we're with. So let's have we'll look at all this like massive money printing, and let's have a look to see if the Inspector General. Well, let's have a listen to see if the Inspector General is keeping track of all this excessive money printing. Probably not.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Inspector Coleman, you're the Inspector General for the Federal Reserve, right? Okay.
That's correct.
I have a copy of the Inspector General Act here in front of me, and it says, among other things, that it's your responsibility to conduct and supervise audits and investigations relating to the programs and operations of your agency.
That's correct.
So I'm asking you if your agency has, in fact, according to Bloomberg, extended $9 trillion in credit, which, by the way, works out to $30,000 for every single man, woman, and child in this country. I'd like to know, if you're not responsible for investigating that, who is?
No, we have responsibility for the Federal Reserve's programs and operations, audits, to conduct audits and investigations in that area. in terms of who's responsible for investigating, would you mind repeating the question one more time?
The question is, have you done any investigation or auditing of off-balance sheet transactions conducted by the Federal Reserve? Do you know who received that money?
I don't know if you're telling me that you're mentioning that there's losses. I'm just saying that we're not, until we actually look at the program and have the information, we are not in a position to say whether there are losses or to respond in any other way to that particular.
Mr. Chairman, my time is up, but I have to tell you honestly, I am shocked to find out that nobody at the Federal Reserve, including the Inspector General, is keeping track of this.
And let's see if we can find out where their money might have gone, shall we?
How can we seriously consider a $50 billion increase in the defense budget when DOD's own auditors say the department cannot account for $2.3 trillion in transactions in 1 year alone? Now, my question to you is, Mr. Secretary, what do you plan to do about this?
Decline the nomination.
Oh, indeed. Oh, it's just so funny. But I mean, look at this excessive money printing is obviously going into people's pockets, you know, but it's hugely devaluing the currency. It's becoming debased. And what do we know about currency when it becomes debased?
Statistical analysis has found that every time an empire begins to near its own demise, you'll find that its currency will be debased.
And that is what is going on here. It's really not looking good, is it? So let's see, is that money stimulating the economy? Looking at the velocity of money here. No, it's not. And I wonder what this chart looks like after that. It's dropped off a cliff. No wonder they don't want us to see it. Oh dear. Shocking. So knowing that Bitcoin is the only thing that can save us, how are we feeling about Bitcoin? CoinGecko feeling good. 72%. All right. Loving that. Let's have a look at the depth chart. All right. So 6.3 million asks versus 6.8 million bids. So more buyers than sellers at the moment. We just have to keep an eye on these figures because we're expecting them to both increase. As things become more popular, the bids will soon look like a tsunami, taking over the asks. Yes, indeed. Let's have a look at BSV versus USD. Oh, it's gone down today and gone up again. All right. Let's have a look at BTC USD. Oh yeah, so both up and down, sort of mirroring each other. Let's have a look at BTC versus Bitcoin. Oh. Never mind. I mean, BTC has obviously got the ticker symbol that people are aware of, and that's more available around the world. So, you know, we don't expect too much, but you know, it's fundamentally worthless anyway. So, we know what's coming. Let's have a look at the coin crap. So 10.55% today for core coin, probably because of that El Salvador news, I suspect. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. 5.7, that's alright. Not to be sniffed at, as they say, considering none of these other coins have any fundamental value whatsoever. Let's have a look at my YouTube channel. 558 subscribers. Oh, look at this, my last chart show. 2 out of 10. 207 views in 2 days, 6 hours, that's alright. Nicholas Taleb leading the charge there. Exciting times tomorrow at the Bitcoin conference. Yes, indeed. Let's have a look at some of my other videos. Where are they? Where's the Stephen Matthews one? 475 views. Loving that. Let's just have a quick look at my douchebags of Bitcoin videos. Here we go, my channel. Gonna go to playlists. See who's winning. See what sort of views Adam Back is getting right now. Let's have a little look. Right, so Samson Mao, 278. Where are Adam Back? 274. Catching up. catching up. Let's have a look at Dan Held. 261, that's alright. And finally, let's have a look at these two utter douchebags from Crypto Banter. Where are they? 284. There we go. In fact, while we're here, yeah, let's just have a listen to. I should have done this when I was looking at TX Street, shouldn't I? The old Adam Back video. Here we go. Have a listen to this. So, Adam, tell us about payments.
So, fee estimation in some cases is quite bad. If you're paying a friend, you can probably afford to wait 4 hours and not pay a priority fee.
That's why I call it douchebags of Bitcoin. Dear oh dear. Streamanity. Oh, look at that. My 3000 Greg account episode got a revenue $2.40. Wouldn't get that on YouTube. And let's have a look at Twitch statistics. 34. Cool. And that was after 250 followers yesterday. And before that, news is 55. Where was the 3,000 one? 3,241. That was all. They were all your accounts. Snooze fest. Greg Maxwell hijacking Twitch, probably not knowing that all the figures are reported to people like me, and I report on them. So there we go. That's your show done. Get ready for fireworks tomorrow at the CoinGeek conference, where we have Noria Rubini on stage with Nassim Taleb and Craig Oshii Nakamoto himself. Lots to look forward to. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Catch you guys later. See you soon. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.satoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.